So good afternoon, everyone. I hope that post-lunch I'll be able to do some justice to the session and will not make you feel sleepy. I'm going to touch about a topic which probably will be known to everybody. I just need a show of hands by all of you if you have hired even a single person in the last, let's say, 6 months. Just a show of hands. So quite a few, right? So great. I think that's a good start, right? Because the topic I'm going to talk about is deep tech in recruiting and the HR processes and the future of it. I don't think that it's a future. It's already happening around us, is what I see. This is an area I spent around almost 20 years of my career. So I saw all of these things, changing just fundamentally on the way we have been recruiting, the way we have been managing people, all of that. So, just picture this, right? AI these days is almost filtering 75% of the job applicants even before the hiring manager sees them, right? So before the hiring manager have seen, they've gone through certain things, and the 75% of application already have been, basically eliminated by AI. The other thing which happens as part of that is some of the biases that gets into AI, and which we'll talk about in a moment. This is a very interesting case study where one company, a big e-commerce company in the world, they have to scrap the use of AI because for some of their job families, they actually were not the women candidates were not getting selected through the process, right? So not only hiring, the way we are managing is completely changing. These days, I think the AI tools have reached a level where almost like 95%, with 95% accuracy, you can predict whether the person is going to, be with you or, so all the retention-related things you can predict, well ahead of time. For the Fortune 500 companies, almost like 500 companies are already using this. So this is the end game, right? And the end game of the recruiting is who will take the decision. Will human be taking the decision, or will AI be taking the decision? And the game has started to really change very, very fast. From the screening, I think we used to have a lot of resume screeners in the past 10 years ago. I don't think that job exists anymore. The screening has been completely taken over. And as we continue to go, there are things like sentiment analysis, where even the culture fitment is getting decided by AI, right? So the how and where it's going to stop, I think we'll talk about that in a moment. And not only AI, the blockchain is changing the way we have been trying to build the trust into the system. Once we have the employees or the candidates onto the blockchain, we have an immutable solution where you can really trust now that you are actually talking to the right person. So this whole statistics which I'm showing actually is consisting of few things, right? There's a blockchain, there's a RAG, there's a lot of I think all the LLMs are history right now, which I'll talk about in this slide. So 2022 was year of LLM. A lot of things started to happen using LLM, where people started to write job description, people started to write resumes and all of that, right? But 2023, people started to realize that the other thing which started to get into this was RAG, which is retrieval augmented generation, which was more context-based things. People were getting now more decisions, right? So LLM is not the future. It already has happened. The future right now is going to be how the AI agents are getting into this. I was with with nasscom. I was recently in Silicon Valley talking to a lot of people. This was my big learning. There's a Dreamforce which happens almost every year in Silicon Valley. The only topic of discussion which was center stage there was how AI agents are going to take over a lot of decisions. What also is happening is, in the whole process, I think we, in the next 1 or 2 years, there will be more than almost close to 1 billion agents, the AI agents, which will be completely taking over how the human decisions are being done. Ever highest, in the past. And 2025 onwards, there'll be human-like decision making completely by avatars, which will be getting in. The first, I call it first AI snap, where there's a company, Klarna, and the CEO announced that 50% of the workforce now be completely, done, replaced by AI. Is it really scary? I don't think so. If you're into HR, I think this is a new power for all of you, for all of us. basically HR's role will get elevated. All of the things that you were busy with, you can have AI do it, and you can focus more on the strategic stuff. Uh, it will improve the self-service productivity, that we already are seeing. But more than that, the employee experience, is going to be entirely at a different level. There are AI power, insights that you can use. All of this actually, is adding to the fact that it is will make companies competitive. It's not going to be whether I can be into that. If you are not there, you will lose on the competitive advantage that you can get from the AI. Uh, so the time to thrive and get into all of that is now. I think there were talks about skilling, upskilling, reskilling, all of that. I think that's gone. Every year, you will have to add the skills that will make you better, which is about how you can be continuously learning to be more tech savvy, using the tools, technology, and define your processes accordingly. I am CEO of Gigin, a company which is into bringing the blue collar and gray collar workforce onto the mainstream. Basically, it's an area which has been a completely underserved area. We also have been using quite a bit of AI, not only for matchmaking, but even for the verification. So there's a right justification that we are seeing that we can even bring people who are completely untouched by technology and using deep tech to bring them onto this thing. So thank you for listening to me. Open for any questions you may have. Okay, thank you.